Hello and welcome to another JMP video. I'm your host JonNario, and today I will be giving you as an example how to get to 20,000 power rank as a solo player. So I'm using my second account as today's example, so you're going to see all of the power rank that I'm getting from everything. And yeah, I will just be teaching you where do I get all of my power rank and where do I get all of these stats. Instead of just going over each and every single item that I have on detail, I'm just going to explain how did I get every single item. I will be going pretty much over a route that I pretty much took on this account from 0 power rank, well, from 1 power rank all the way to 20,000 power rank. This process took me around 28 hours of gameplay, so in 28 hours I actually managed to get myself to 20,000 power rank from nothing as a solo player. I will be giving you an example on how do I get all of these items and pretty much what is the route that I will recommend you to try it out, at least if you are willing to go to 20,000 power rank and willing to go all the way to 30,000 power rank, even more so. But the 30,000 power rank, I already made a video about it, so if you want to go ahead and check it out, I would suggest just check it out because that video actually does give you an example how to get to 30,000 power rank. Now I will be going pretty much over this, pretty much the equipment, the gens and gear that I do have, and then I'll go into the route. Now first and foremost, let's go into the equipment. The equipment that I do have is a base crystal level 1 equipment with fully pearl, so no stars, so fully pearl. I do have a stellar 2 ring, Rat the Berserker, 2 emblems, 1 flask, and a level 20 subclass. That is pretty much everything regarding my equipment, and my gems are going to be as follow. One thing that you're going to notice is that my lesser gems, at least fire, water, and air, all of them are stellar over level 15. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind if you want to reach 20,000 power rank. Level 15 or above on pretty much every single gem, because that's how you're going to get all of the large upgrades. And trust me, you will need all of the large upgrades in order to know if that gem is a keeper or not. Now these are going to be all of my gems right here. All of my lesser gems are going to be level 15 or above, same goes with my empower gems, and my empower gems are going to be 3 of them are stellars, including my class gem, which is level 25, and also is going to be a radiant water gem. I actually did get a stellar, but the stats weren't as good, so I wanted to just keep this one because this one is alright, I guess, and I managed to just keep the stat as well. Anyways, so today I will just be going over every single route. How did I get all of those gems, and how can you do get all of these gems pretty much quickly. And yeah, so also my mastery is 87 total, so that's 86 from Trove, 1 from Geo. I'm playing currently pre-Delph update, so no Geo mastery increase from power rank. And one thing to also keep in note, I have no dragons, so no dragons increase my power rank, not even primordial dragons. So yeah, I'm actually just, this 20,000 power rank comes from equipment, gear, and mastery. Now today I will just be explaining how to go over every single route. What is the route that I took in order to achieve 20,000 power rank in 28 hours. Keep in mind, if you do this, it doesn't mean that you're going to get to pretty much 20,000 power rank in this amount of time. You can get it in a week easily, but in 28 hours of game time, that's not going to be an easy feat to do, because obviously you must know how to play the game, or you must know how to do these little tricks to begin with in order to actually, you know, achieve this 20,000 power rank this easy without any help. With help, obviously you can get it in a day, not even kidding. And yeah, anyways, now let's move on. The first thing that I always do, and it is the first thing that you should always do as soon as you start off the game, is get yourself the main character, get it to level 10, and once you get your character to level 10, get as many trial characters to level 4 so you can reach Trove Mastery rank 20. Trove Mastery rank 20 is going to be one of the most important things to do, because you're going to use it a lot later on, especially when you're leveling up over 10,000 power rank and you're going for level 30. Now keep in mind that Trove Mastery 20, you can use it at the beginning portion of the game in order to get yourself stellar gear, but this route I actually did not get myself stellar gear with this method. I actually did do it on my PR progression guide, so if you want to go ahead and check it out, there's going to be a playlist in the description below. So in the description below, you are going to see the first 3 episodes, pretty much the only 3 episodes that I did on the PR progression guide, which pretty much you can use that as an example to get to 5,000 power rank. In that video series, I also explained that after you get yourself to level 10, you are going to do the expertise questline for the gems. The gem expertise questline is literally the most important progression questline in the game. As a beginner player, you should do this. It is not whether should I do it or not, you should do this if you want to increase your power rank. The reason being is that most of the gems that you're going to see right over here, especially one gem that you see right here, an air gem and the fire gem that I do have right over here, I got this from the gem expertise questline. The gem expertise questline, no matter the power rank that you're at, you're going to get stellar gems, at least 1 fire, 1 water, 1 air. Also, you also do get a stellar and power gem that is fire and an air gem. You also do get the radiant and power gem, so you get a full set of a power gem and 1 set of lesser gems. So yeah, you will be getting a lot. Just doing this, you will progress to 5,000 power rank easily. So just keep doing that questline until you can get to 5,000 power rank. No, if you don't do this questline, it's going to take you a while and you're going to just waste a lot of time not doing this questline. This questline doesn't take a whole lot, especially if you're getting help. If you're getting help from someone, this questline will get you quickly, like it will get you by quickly. So do this questline, very important. And yeah, once you complete the questline, one of the things that I will give you a tip, it is that even if the gem it is incorrect in terms of damage, if you're using a physical damage character and you get a magic damage gem, do not trash that gem or do not save it, just use it. You are going to need to get to 10,000 power rank as much as possible. It doesn't even matter which stats you have. 10,000 power rank, it is going to be the most important things to do because that's how you're going to get yourself stellar gems. Now, get yourself to 10,000 power rank as much as possible, so make sure to get yourself to 5,000 first. With every single gem that you do get, level them up all the way to 5 or 10, and then you will be able to get yourself into Geo Topside. Once you get yourself into Geo Topside, you are going to get yourself your weapon. That is going to be your crystal level 1 weapon. You can craft it. This one is extremely easy to get. Just craft it. Why the weapon only? Because the head and face at that point is going to be a little bit difficult to do Uber 8 Topside. So just focus on just getting the crystal weapon. You're going to get a stellar face with the gem questline. You're also going to get a stellar 2 ring with the questline. You don't get a hat, but that's neither here or there. You are going to get the hat and face later on. You have to keep in mind that all that I'm saying right here, it is only for as a solo player. If you have a friend that is willing to help you out in getting the hat and face, then so be it. Get the hat and face with a friend of yours. But at least once you get the hat and face, get out of Geo Topside because you are going to progress to 10,000 power rank, and by progressing to 10,000 power rank, you need to get out of Geo Topside because Geo Topside is not going to progress your PR really quickly. Now, at this point, you're already Trove Mastery over level 20, and you also can get yourself inside Geo Topside. With that, you can grind yourself Nitro Glittering. With Nitro Glittering, you can buy yourself Pearls of Wisdom so you can fully pearl your crystal equipment. You can buy yourself Rat the Berserker if you want, or you can buy yourself Patron. Patron is going to be your next step. Once you complete the Gem Expertise questline, once you get yourself the crystal, at least the weapon, and once you are over 5,000 power rank, your focus is, in my opinion, is you should get yourself Patron. So buy yourself all the credit pouches that you can see in the marketplace by grinding Nitro Glittering. Once you get yourself all of that, that's when you should focus on getting yourself Patron status. Why Patron status and why not progressing at that point? The reason being is that you want to get yourself to level 30 once you reach 10,000 power rank. If you're not 10,000 power rank over at least with Patron status, the focus that you should go is either level up your stellar gems to level 15, the one that you already have, or if you already have all of the gems at level 15, then get yourself at least a radiant set of gems or shadow set of gems so you can boost yourself to 10,000 power rank. Once you reach 10,000 power rank, there we go. That's where you should activate your Patron status, and that's where you should level up to level 30. Yes, I'm just going to say level 30 is going to be your priority over just increasing more power rank, because level 30 is going to be something that you're going to need if you want to increase to 20,000 power rank. So in my opinion, if you're over 10,000 power rank and if you want to just keep leveling up as fast as possible, either Uber 6 or Uber 7 are going to be your best bet. So Uber 6 if you're, I will say, around in the low 20s. Uber 7 if you're in the mid to high 20s. So if you're level 27 or something like that, Uber 7 is going to be your best bet. Do not go into Uber 8 and do not go into Uber 9. No, you don't need to. Go into Uber 7 or Uber 6 if you want to solo grind your EXP. So keep doing that all the way until you reach level 30. This is going to take a while. This is the reason I would recommend you to have patron status. And seeing that currently there's going to be an event going on Saturday, you're going to get a 1 hour 2 times the EXP potion. And not only that, you're also going to get the EXP bonus from Saturday. So just keep doing that. Keep doing the daily quests that you get from strong boxes. Just keep leveling up all the way as soon as you can get to level 30. Once you get yourself to level 30, at that point it's just gem grinding. So what you should be doing is just keep grinding one gem at a time. Do not go into Geo Topside just yet. You don't need to go into Geo Topside. So just keep grinding one gem at a time. So what I did personally when I got this character to 20,000 power rank, the first thing that I do is I went into Water Worlds. So I grinded myself a water gem, a gem that is at least decent enough so I can keep it. Then I did the same thing with air gems. I just grinded until I could got myself a pretty decent air stellar gem. Then I did the same thing with the fire gem. So I just grinded until I got a decent fire gem. Now what I did afterwards, I managed to level up all of my gens to level 15. Once I got all of my gens to level 15, that's when I went into Geo Topside. And that's where I'll recommend you to go to Geo Topside so you can get yourself the hat and face that you're missing if you don't have it, or just get yourself your cosmic gems. So get yourself your cosmic gems, at least shadow cosmic gems. And yeah, so once you get yourself at least all of that, you can level them up all the way to 15. And obviously at that point you should be at least 15 to 17,000 power rank at that range, unless you are lucky like I was, which is also luck there's involved, that I got a 3-star Vampire Vanquish or a 3-star Cosmic, Stellar and Power Gem. So that's also a thing. If you get one of those, at least a Radiant, Cosmic and Power Gem, equip it. So yeah, that's going to boost your PR quite a bit just by doing the weekly Empower thing, like the weekly delves or the weekly Shadow Tower, depending if you're playing post or pre-delve update. Once you manage to do that, that's where you're going to get a little bit higher PR. Doing all of this, you should be able to get yourself to 20,000 power rank. You don't need any dragon and you don't need any help. This is going to be a grinding process, especially post 10,000 power rank, because you're going to take a while. It's going to be somewhat difficult to achieve 20,000 power rank, not really, but if you're going solo and if you're a newer player, then obviously, then just take it slowly, take it patiently. This is not a competition, this is not a speed run kind of thing. Just take it slowly, just grind one thing at a time. If you try to grind a lot of things at the same time, you're going to feel overwhelmed and you're not going to progress. So just keep grinding one thing at a time. Once you get to 10,000 power rank, get yourself the full set of lesser stellar gems, one at a time. Go to water, go into air, go into fire. Go one at a time. Try to get yourself the best one that you can get in terms of stats. When I mention stats, the reason I mention stats is that stats matter more than power rank. Why is that? So if I go with this character into Uber 9, let me go into Uber 9 topside so you can see. Uber 9 topside, a lot of people in the 20,000 power rank do struggle. With this character, I don't struggle because I do have proper stats. I don't have the best stats, but I got enough stats so I can boost myself into Uber 9 so I can grind solo efficiently in Uber 9 topside so I can grind myself Crystal level 2, which is your next step after you get to 20,000 power rank. So let me just keep moving on. So excuse the lag. Oh, that is a custom text too. God damn it. So this is a world boss. So you probably could tell I do have the martial emblem active, so you can just go ahead, go like this. And if I use the martial emblem, I'm able to kill the boss pretty efficiently, pretty quickly. This is a world boss with more HP, with HP bonus. If I go into a 1-star dungeon, let me just go all the way down here. So you're going to see a 1-star boss. This is a 1-star boss in Uber 9 topside, and I'm able to just do pretty solid work against the 1-star boss. And it was somewhat quickly. And you have to keep in mind that, again, I am not going as extremely efficient, but I am killing fast enough that I don't have any trouble. So yeah, stats matter more in this game. You are going to just keep increasing your stats rather than just keep increasing your power rank and just grabbing every single gem like you did before getting to 10,000 power rank. With this one, you are going to get at least pretty decent gems that are going to be at least like this one. Like, those are not the perfect gems, but they're decent enough so they can hold me up in doing Geo topside. You have to keep in mind also I'm using resplendent gems. If I had at least shadow gems with full light rolls, I would be destroying Uber 9 topside with a base crystal level 1 equipment. So keep that in mind. I'm using base crystal 1 as well, so my light, it is pretty low as well. As you probably could tell, I got 1.1k light and I'm able to destroy Geo topside Uber 9 with this character. So take it slowly, grind yourself all of your gear, all of your gems, at least to be a proper stat as possible. Once you do this, congratulations, you are over a 20,000 power rank and you're preparing yourself to over 20,000 power rank, which is going to be getting yourself crystal level 2, doing Uber 9 topside, or perhaps even more so, trying to get yourself the fully 100% perfect set of gems that are going to be extremely based around coefficient if you want, if you already know about that. If you don't know about that, then that's fine. Just keep trying to get yourself at least pretty decent gems that are your damage, crit hit, doesn't even matter if they're perfectly rolled or not, and just keep using them. Do not even re-roll them, do not even do them, just level them up to at least 15 or 20 if you want, and yeah, just keep moving on at that point. If you know how to just get the perfect coefficient gems, I've done videos on how to get the perfect coefficient build for topside grinding, for any dungeon grinding at least, then go for it. Go for a perfect coefficient, which are going to be gems like, for example, this one. This one, it is a perfect coefficient build gem, which is 2 critical damage roll, 1 physical damage roll. It is going to be 100% perfect coefficient. This one as well. 2 physical damage roll, 1 critical damage roll, so I don't need to swap this gem for anything. So just keep going with these kinds of gems if you want to just achieve the best stat possible. One of the reasons I always will say stats over PR is because a lot of people that go for power rank over stat do struggle with Binding Darkness. The reason being is that they just keep re-rolling over and over and over again. They ran out of Lunar Soul, which they can use it to get more empowered gems so they can get the perfect empowered gems, and they just struggle with just re-rolling gems over and over and over again because Binding Darkness. And Binding Darkness isn't an easy resource to get. Bound Brilliance is much easier to get because all you need to do is get characters to at least 5,000 power rank, if I recall, and once you get characters to 5,000 power rank, you're going to get Bound Brilliance passively every single week. Aside from that, you are going to get a lot of Bound Brilliance, and by the time you're going to start augmenting gems, you're going to have a lot of Bound Brilliance to start augmenting like crazy. So just focus on stat, do not focus on power rank, because re-rolling stats is going to be quite expensive due to Lunar Soul, due to Binding Darkness. So yeah, anyways, I'm rambling all too much. Now you know the route that I took with this character in order to achieve 20,000 power rank. And yeah, so just keep doing that. Also, a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one, do the collection challenges every time you see them, so you can get yourself a lot of dragon coins. Not only that, do the daily quests, do the quests like this one, once you get yourself into Geo topside, so you can get yourself more EXP. Do the Geo Cave quest line as well if you want. So Geo Caves are going to be pretty decent in terms of EXP, and not only that, really good for mastery. Obviously the Strongbox daily quest that you can get from completing every single biome. Make sure to complete them in the highest Uber possible that you can, because most of the quest lines are going to be pretty easy to do, like grabbing Chasestone. Go to the highest Uber portal and just grab Chasestone so you can get yourself the maximum of EXP. One thing to keep an eye about the maximum of EXP, do not go to the highest Uber portal based around your power rank, go to the highest portal based around your level. So the suggested level that you're going to see below the power rank required, is going to be your guide of which Uber portal that you should go. Do not go with the highest power rank that you can. So if you're a 5000 power rank, do not go into Geo top site, or do not go into Uber 8. Check your levels first, and if you're at least, let's just say, level 21, then you should do at least Uber 5 or Uber 6. Alright, I think that covers pretty much everything. Sorry if I ramble a whole lot. This is a pretty much of a guide of pretty much what I did on this character. I wanted to do this because, you know, this is something that I feel a lot of people are struggling, and I feel a lot of people are just they don't know what to do whenever they just reach 1000 power rank. They feel that Uber 9 is a little bit difficult. With the Gem Expertise questline, you should have enough gems so you can at least try to solo Uber 9. So just keep doing Uber 9, just keep doing all of that, and you should be able to solo all of your content pretty easily. Anyways, thank you everyone once again for watching. Thank you for sticking around as always. Leave a like if you want to help the channel grow. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And that is all for today. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and keep on hunting. And if you have more questions, leave them in the comments below. And if I already made a video of one of your questions, I'm going to link you to the video so you can see the full details on that video. Like for example, one of the videos that I'm going to mention is going to be the level 15 gem tactic, which the level 15 gem tactic is going to help you out in getting a lot of gem dust. Alright, that is all for me. Farewell.